I tried building a software as a service business in 7 days, and in this video I'll be going over my experience of doing that challenge. But before I do that, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ahsan Burke and I am a recent MBA grad with a bachelor's in software engineering, and on this channel I help like-minded individuals go from being entrepreneurs to entrepreneurs by exposing my own mistakes that I'm making on my own journey of becoming an entrepreneur. Anyways, getting back into the video, the first thing that I want to talk about is what was I even building? So I was building a web application designated for university students that helps them create flashcards and generates notes based off AI integration, so it can help them study better for their upcoming exams. And then there was this other functionality in the application which allowed the user to communicate with a chatbot, but that was obviously the least important one, and ironically that was the only thing that was working in the application. And besides that, I did have plans to have a tab where the user would be able to generate a presentation just based off of an AI prompt. Now, the tech stack that I was using to build this application. Initially, I started off with Lovable, which I tooled around for a few weeks before this challenge began, and I was just like seeing how it works and what I can do with it. I just uploaded some designs that I had made on Figma to Lovable, and the Lovable was able to create a really good front end of what I had uploaded, but unfortunately, for me at least, this was like its max capacity. It wasn't really able to do a lot for the back end, so I figured I should probably check out Cursor AI, since it seems to be like more of an IDE than just like you upload a prompt and it does everything for you. You can actually like make changes inside the IDE, right? So I tried that out, and what I did was I uploaded my screenshots of the UI that Lovable gave me into Cursor AI, and then once we had gotten the UI set, I started working on the back end, and that's where I started to integrate database like Supabase into the back end, and then Stripe for the payment integration. And these seem to work fine. The back end for the database and the paywall were phenomenal. I love them. But the problem was with the functionality of the main application, which is application being able to generate flashcards and notes. Now the notes part, I didn't work on that so much yet. I was mostly focused on the flashcards because I just wasn't able to get over that issue, and it would just keep on bothering me. And even though I did skip it in the beginning because that was the first thing that I was working on, then I moved on to the AI chatbot, and that seemed to work. Then I moved on to the next functionalities, and mostly just like learning how to integrate the database into the application and the Stripe integration, and then also how to like create a landing page and a way for a user to log in. So that was also a part of full stack development, I guess you could say. But yeah, the major issue was that the flashcards page, which was like the most important aspect of the application, was not working. So I kind of got stuck on that, and then unfortunately I wasn't able to give it as much time as I should have, or I should say as much time as it needed for me to understand the nuances of how to actually go about resolving these issues. Which brings me to my next point, that is why the application failed, or why it's failing so far. And that's majorly due to the fact that I wasn't really consistent with it. I was consistent with it the first week, but that was about it. I decided to not give it as much of a priority after that, whether for the good or for the worse. And that's because I noticed that since I was like so focused on the application and I had to go take care of my dad's store around like 10-11 a.m. down to like 7-8 p.m. I was able to either only work on the application or hit the gym before that time, and I had decided to hit the gym after the first week before 11 a.m. because health is a major part of my life. I'm really enthusiastic about keeping my health in check and just hitting the gym and building muscle and keeping my diet on check as well. So one thing that this has taught me, which is a separate video, but that's that when you prioritize one thing over the other, it is going to affect the other thing that you choose to put on the back pedal. So initially this was my priority the first week, and that's when I was making the most progress. After that, I decided to slow down on this and focus more on hitting the gym. So that became the priority, and that's why this application started to lag, and I ended up not making as much progress as I probably should have. And the second reason why this application is failing at the moment is because I haven't done as many tests as I should, which basically just means I haven't tried enough times to get past the failures that I'm seeing on this application. And I just have to make my time to do that. Once I'm able to get past that, then of course I'll be able to work on the marketing and just putting it out into people's faces, right? But to be honest with you, I probably don't even need to do that if I can just ask people if this is something that would help them in performing better in their classes or not. Because usually what happens is that you build an application and next thing you know, nobody wants to use it. So the whole point of building an application was just worthless. But again, just to make things clear, my goal wasn't really to make a lot of money off this application, even though that would have been great and I would have loved to, and that was my aim at one point. But the main reason why I built this application is to understand how to integrate different things into the application, like the database or the Stripe integration, and then custom GPT as well. So alhamdulillah, I got to learn a lot. I have no complaints, no regrets. I can work on the application right now and then market it later, so there's nothing to worry about. And if not, then I can just work on another application which I feel would be more beneficial to people. Again, that's the whole point of building a software as a service. It's got to be beneficial to the people that you want to use it. And if that's not happening, then there's no point in building anything. No matter how great you think the thing is, if nobody wants to use it, then it's worthless. So yeah, hopefully this video has helped you out in some way, shape or form. If it has, then you may want to check out this video of mine in which I talk about what building a SaaS has taught me about business so far, and inshallah I'll see you in the next one.